Greetings. I'm doing this video on subliminal messaging and mind control. We live in a society where we see a lot of symbols, we see a lot of signs, and believe it or not, we are actually resonating with a lot of different frequencies. And when you start to study symbols and signs from a psychological point of view, you'll find that certain symbols and signs have an effect on your mind. Certain sigils have an effect on your mind and on your psyche. And this is getting into sacred geometry. Say, for instance, if you were to stare at a symbol, if you were to stare at a star tetrahedron for a long period of time, and you were to intensely stare at it, you will begin to unlock certain portals in your mind. And as you unlock certain portals in your mind, you will be able to experience certain dimensions and certain states in your mind based upon just staring at that symbol. And this is a form of mind control or mind programming, using a symbol to program the mind. So in order to control the mind, first you must program it. And there's constructive mind programming where you program yourself to get a certain outcome, and then there's the destructive mind programming that when you're allowing yourself to be programmed by another. And let me talk about that. See, a lot of us are being programmed by another and not realizing it. When you go to the movies, when you watch television, you're being programmed. Even when you go to church, a lot of people don't realize you're being programmed. You're like, hold on, Ron Hotel. Hold on. You said the movies, you said church, and you said when I watch television. Now I could probably kind of see the television thing, you know what I'm saying? Because I heard about how on the television or whatever, they have a way like with those new televisions where they can kind of control you, like with the flat screen, and they can control you through your third eyes and beam out signals through your third eye through the television. So I heard about that. But what do you mean? Well, they can also control you another kind of way through the television, through commercials and through symbolism. See, when you see certain symbols, you got to look at pictures and really look at it and look at what you're looking at. A lot of times there'd be a lot of symbols inside of symbols, pictures inside of pictures. See, a lot of times your children are watching cartoons and they're seeing penises and vaginas and stuff like that in the cartoon, and they got them programmed within the cartoon, but you just can't see them. There's certain symbols and stuff like that programmed within the cartoon. So symbols can have an effect on your mind. Certain symbols can affect you lustfully. Certain symbols can make you angry. Certain harmonic tones can have effect on your mind. So when I say that you can be programmed by going to church, you see a lot of churches, you don't realize this. They have within the walls of certain churches, they have certain equipment that, certain tones that run on a low level to where they program the people. And even through the music, they program the people as well. But they have certain equipment that certain harmonics and certain octaves are sent out in certain waves, and they're felt. Like, they're not heard, but these waves are felt. See, there's different levels of harmony and sound. Some sound is felt, some sound is heard. You know what I'm saying? So this sound is felt, and that's what makes you all emotional, and then the organ gets to get playing, and then coupled with the music and the equipment that they have within the walls of these churches, this creates a grid of mind control. So there's mind control going on in the churches. And I know a lot of church people are going to watch this video and get upset, but it is what it is. Church is politics. Church is politics. I'm going to say it. I'm not scared to say it. It's nothing but politics. It has nothing to do with what Jesus taught. Going to church doesn't make you a good person. It just doesn't. Jesus never said that. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make you a higher conscious person just going to church. He said, pick up your cross and follow me. Meaning that pick up your cross means that you're going to face your crossroads situation and go through it and follow him and cross into the next dimension of divine love. You see, you have to cross over. I'm going to do a video on crossing over, so I'm not going to go too much into that. So there's mind control going on in the church. And then in the movie theaters, there's major mind control going on. Visual and harmonic mind control going on in the movie theaters with the symbols, and the programming is just deep, man. The programming is just deep. So you wonder why a person could go and kill some people, like the guy that did the murders for the new Batman movie or whatever. The guy that killed all those people, I think he killed 13 people in the Batman movie. You wonder how a person could go to a Batman movie and kill babies. And mind control. There's different levels of mind control, and there's different. I'm not going to go into too much mind control here because I could do a really long video on mind control. But I'm not going to go into too much of that here. But I would suggest that you study a lot of the MK Ultra You know what I'm saying? If you want to get into deeper levels of understanding mind control. But I'm going to point out something here on the ET level, because there's ETs that can manipulate you and can control you, because you have to understand that your thoughts aren't yours. Your thoughts aren't yours. Your mind is essentially a computer that's connected to a supercomputer, and your thoughts aren't yours. There's something called a mental reservoir. A mental reservoir. And the thoughts that you experience come from this mental reservoir. But there are beings that are technology-based type of beings that have learned how to essentially hack into this mental reservoir and extract information and create programs that they can download onto minds that allow them, onto open minds, and people to have open minds that allow them to download information onto them. So, and they tap into the mental reservoir to create a program. So essentially, the mental reservoir is where all the thoughts and all information is housed at. Certain ETs can extract this information, create a program, download this program onto you. So that's another form of mind control. When I was talking about reality manipulation or whatever, that's basically essentially what I was going into, how an ET can download a program into your mind and you buy into it, and then now you create a reality based upon the program that you bought into. So, and this can go from on a negative level and on a positive level, because on a positive level, there's certain higher ETs that could download positive information into you. And this is how certain people that are like channelers and stuff like that, they seem to just know things and have an inherent knowledge, like Edgar Case and different channelers that are out there. Like your Dr. Malachi Z. York, he was a great channeler as well or whatever. So like you have different channelers that are out there that are just able to like know and learn certain information, and it just like comes to them and they can teach it or whatever, because they're tapping into the mental reservoir, or they may have had connections with a higher ET that downloaded the software onto them from the mental reservoir so that they can get certain information. So again, the thought still isn't theirs, even when they're channeling in information that sounds ingenious. Like when people channeling information that just sounds so enlightening and so intelligent, that's coming from the mental reservoir. You know what I'm saying? That's coming from the mental reservoir, and those thoughts aren't yours either. So the negative thoughts aren't yours, or the positive thoughts aren't yours. You have to know that your mind is connected to a mental reservoir, and it's up to you to accept which thoughts that you want to accept. And when you accept thoughts, thoughts become what? Things, or reality. So your thoughts become your reality. So be careful what thoughts you accept. Like if you say, for instance, you kind of like, you say, oh, I kind of feel depressed. You have to accept that before you can feel it. So if you feel depressed, you accepted at some point a thought of depression, and you bought into it, and now you feel depressed. And this could get deep. This can get deep, because you could really, this is getting into what's called mental alchemy. And I'm going to stop here because I'm not going to go into that, but you can essentially heal yourself from learning about and tapping into the mental reservoir, because anything that you want, any type of disease resonates with a thought pattern. Any type of thing that you want resonates with a vibration or a thought pattern. So you have to learn how to find out the harmonic or the pattern that thing is vibrating on, and match your thoughts with it to get it. And you have to find the level and the harmonic that disease is vibrating on, so that you can raise your energy an octave past it, so that you can kill that disease, so it won't have no hold on you. So mind control is deep, and mind programming is deep. You know what I'm saying? Again, mind programming is something that you can essentially program your mind to be a certain kind of way and to do a certain thing and get certain results. But one can actually program you to get what they want. They can control you. Certain beings can use the Kundalini energy to control you. They can use the Kundalini energy to project thoughts out on you. Certain beings can do this. So there's mind control going on different levels. Mind control going on different levels. Yeah, you got the MK Ultra mind control that they talk about the CIA was using, but there's mind control even past that. Like I said, when you learn how to tap into the mental reservoir, you learn how to tap into the oversoul. A lot of this stuff you're not familiar with. When you learn how to tap into these things, you'll learn that there's thoughts. There's a million thoughts out there. You can see these thoughts. And when you meditate on certain levels, you can see the mental reservoir and go into the mental reservoir. And this is where Einstein and certain geniuses have gotten formulas from. So people laugh at this stuff, and they laugh at meditation, and they laugh at higher knowledge. But all of your higher people, all of your so-called elite people and your scientists, they were all into meditating, into metaphysics, into spirituality. So you want to get out of your situation, use your mind. Use your mind. The great master once said, he said, mine your mind for the jewels of your soul. And I'll leave you with that. I thank you for listening, and I thank you for watching. And until we meet again, peace.